Hi students, welcome back to our social class. In the last class we have been discussing about the sun, about the earth and the temperature and the changes that happens to our climate and all. So today we shall discuss more about the shape of the earth, its movements and the changes that occur on the surface of the earth. In the last class, towards the last page, we discussed the important factors that influence or the several factors that influence the conditions on the surface of the earth. One was curvature of the earth. Curvature of the earth means, what's the meaning of curvature of the earth? Look at the globe here to understand more about the curvature of the earth. So here is the picture of a globe, and you see the sides of the globe is curved. Curved means round in shape. This round shape is called curved shape. This curved shape has some important role in deciding the heat, the temperature of a region, because the equatorial region, these are the regions where the sun rays fall directly. In these areas, the heat will be more. So, the curvature of the earth, this is called the curvature of the earth. So now we understood about the curvature of the earth. Next, the movements of the earth. The earth moves. There are two types of movements for the earth. One movement is called rotation. What is rotation? Rotation of the earth means the movement of the earth itself around. It's called spinning on its own axis. It is assumed that the earth is spinning around its axis. What is an axis? Axis is an imaginary line. Actual such things are not there. It's an imaginary line which passes from North Pole to South Pole through the center of the earth. It's only an imagination. Look at the picture given in the textbook. So this is the picture given in your textbook. Look at the picture of earth, the globe, and see a road passes through the middle from one side to the other through the center of the earth. This is supposed to be the axis. It's an imaginary. On a globe you can see that, because when we move the globe moves around this axis only. So such a thing is called an axis. And the globe's movement around this axis is called a rotation. It moves from left side to right side, means west to east on its axis. That movement is called rotation.
What you see here is rotation. Look, the globe is rotating on its axis very fast. Because of this fast, you see one side there is light, the other side there is no light. The side which has light has a day, the side which has no light has a night. Because of this rotation, we understand day and nights are occurred. The areas in the darkness come to the light, and the areas in the light goes to the dark.
Look at this movement of the earth. This is called the revolution of the earth. The earth is moving around the sun. The sun is not moving. And here, the earth takes different positions on its orbit. And this movement brings seasons to us. Now it is western solstice, means winter solstice. It is on equinox now. Now it is on summer solstice. Again, now you have seen how rotation takes place. What are the effects of rotation? What are the benefits of rotation? It is because of the rotation only the heat balance of the earth is maintained. Suppose if the earth does not rotate, what will happen? One side of the earth will be always receiving sunlight and the other parts remains night. So the part that receives sunlight will become hotter and hottest, and it will become a desert region, a place not suitable for living. And what about the other side? The other side, darkness, night, extremely cold. That means there the sunlight will never fall. As a result, plants cannot grow. The heat is very necessary for both animal life and plant life. So, in both hemisphere, life is not possible if earth does not rotate. Because of the rotation of the earth only, life is possible on the earth. Next thing, days and nights are caused by rotation only. When the earth rotates, in the diagram I explained, when the earth rotates, one half of the earth comes towards the sun, heating up all the land in that area. And it does not stay any moment, it continues to move on, it continues to rotate on. As a result, the part which is in the darkness will come to the light slowly and begin to get sunlight and heat. As it comes towards the sun, the heat is slowly increasing. As it goes away from the sun, the heat is slowly decreasing. This is what happening in the rotation. So what happens? Day and night are occurred because of rotation only. How much time does it take to complete one rotation? It is said that 24 hours. We consider 24 hours as a day. Okay. Now we will discuss the Earth's tilt. What is meant by tilt? The Earth from North Pole to South Pole, already we have found an imaginary line is passing through which is called axis. And on the axis, the Earth is not standing straight. Instead, it is little bit tilted like this. Look at the picture in your textbook once more. There you can see the tilt of the Earth. How the Earth is tilted towards right a little, and this tilt is very important to have seasons. Another important thing for having seasons is revolution. What is meant by revolution? Revolution means the Earth, as it is moving on its own axis, it moves around the sun. It goes around the sun. It travels around the sun, and already we discussed the orbit. What is the orbit? Orbit is the pathway on which the planets move around the sun. So the Earth moves around the sun on its orbit. Its orbit is an elongated path, not a circular path. It is an elongated path making the distance from the sun near and far. At one point, the Earth comes near to the sun, around 148 million kilometers away. At another point, it goes away from the sun to 152 million kilometers away. So like that, the Earth moves around the sun. Look at this graphical diagram. So, the Earth moves around the sun, and how much time does it take to complete one revolution? To go around the sun, the Earth takes 365 days and 5 hours 56 minutes. 56 minutes in round figure we can say 6 hours. 365 days and 6 hours the Earth takes to complete one revolution. And while going around the sun, the earth comes at different positions from the sun. Or in other ways we can say the sun is on the earth at different positions. We call them by solstices and equinoxes, about which we are going to see now. If the earth had not gone, if the earth is not going around the sun, what will not happen? That's the next question. Or what are the benefits of the earth moving around the sun? The most important benefit is there are seasons. We have seasons because of the revolution of the earth. If the earth does not revolve, we will not have seasons, we will have only one season. How? Let us see. I said the earth has an elongated path for a revolution. At some position it comes near to the sun, at some position it goes away from the sun. So, when we see the earth comes at such a position when the sun comes just above the equator. In one position, the sun just comes above the equator of the sun. When the sun comes above the equator of the sun, it will be 12 hours day in both the hemisphere. In northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, it will be 12 hours day. And at some position, the earth comes directly above the Tropic of Cancer. At that time, the northern hemisphere will have long days. Say, a day will be 13 hours. Daytime will be 13 hours. Daytime. At the same time, in the southern hemisphere, it will be only 10 hours. When the sun now comes above the Tropic of Capricorn in the south, at that time, the southern hemisphere will have 13 hours daytime and the northern hemisphere will have 10 hours only daytime. Remaining 14 hours will be night. It is the winter season for north and summer season for south. So, like that, we have different seasons because of the revolution of the earth. Okay. When the sun comes above the equator, it is called an equinox. There are two equinoxes in every year. One is called the March equinox, summer equinox. It happens on March 20. On March 20, the summer equinox takes place. And the next one, the spring equinox, the spring starts in September. September 23rd, the September 23rd will be the next equinox. On these days, all over the earth, it will be 12 hours daytime, 12 hours daytime. And the winter season in northern hemisphere, at that time, the sun will be above the Tropic of Capricorn. It happens on December 22. December 22, it will happen. And at another point, there will be another equinox, it is called a solstice, which is called a winter solstice. Then we have a summer solstice also. Summer solstice means when the sun will be above the Tropic of Cancer. At that time, it will be called summer solstice. The date is June 21st. On June 21st, the sun will be above the Tropic of Cancer on September 22 or 23rd. It will be equinox, March 20 also equinox, and December 22, 21 or 22 will be the winter solstice. At that time, the northern hemisphere there will be only 10 hours daytime. These are the different positions of the earth on the orbit and causing different seasons on the earth. How does these changes happen? It is very interesting to know that. It all happens because of the tilt of the earth. When the earth moves around the sun, at one point, the northern hemisphere will be slanting towards the sun. It is happening because of the tilt of the earth. It is said that earth is tilted 23.5 degree. Earth is tilted by 23.5 degree. It means 90 degree minus 66.5 degree. To understand this idea, the pictures will help us. Already we observed a picture on the last page. And this tilt is very helpful and very needed for the happening of the seasons on the earth. I hope that you have understood about the tilt, rotation and revolution of the earth. And in the next session we shall discuss the temperature belts on the earth. How the earth's surface receives temperature. Is it equal or different? If it is different, why? Till then, let us be safe. Thank you.